Hey Fadies, thanks for joining us for Book 2, Episode 14 of The Fate of Isen. This episode was live streamed on our Twitch channel on Wednesday the 15th of March. Head on over to twitch.tv/Fate of Isen to make sure you're following us so you don't miss out on the next one. How about we jump straight into the intro? Sound good? Okay, cool beans. Last time, our heroes attempted to get the Lakeside ferry back up and running in time for Hamlet's date with Quintella Spaghetti. They couldn't get rid of the black goo that was clogging up the mechanisms, so they decided to go straight to the source. They followed the trail into a sewer and soon found themselves falling into a damp pit of darkness. They discovered barrels of sticky black goo with the Lakeside Hospital logo on them, just before getting attacked by some sticky black monstrosities.
Hello, Fadies! How are we doing? Hi! Welcome back! It's good to be back in the studio after, a trip away to our home away from home cabin club, but it's always nice to be back here in the studio. You guys are aware this isn't actually a studio, right? Anyway, kia ora and welcome to Fate of Isen Book 2, and thank you for joining us today. If it is your first time visiting at Isen, welcome. And for all of our Fadies who are coming back home again to Isen, welcome back. We missed you because we missed you for the live stream. Sorry that we couldn't quite figure out technology to stream the show live. I'm just not that clever. Yeah. All right. So we've got a big story on deck to share with you today after a crazy amount of live show. I will tell you what happened for those of you who have missed it, but the episode is also live. But I want to first introduce our amazing, gorgeous players that we have with us today. And I'm going to start with Finn playing the human fighter, Hamlet Brockflower.
Yo, this is Finn here playing Hamlet Brockflower.
Finn, you want to tell us about what your favorite gooey substance is today? Because that's our introduction today. So you are first up on the plot too. Yeah. Sick.
Favorite gooey substance. Probably I will have to say the primordial ooze is my favorite gooey substance.
Okay.
Now, if you don't know what the primordial ooze is, that is the hypothetical set of conditions present on the Earth around 3.7 to 4.0 billion years ago. It is an aspect of the heterotrophic theory concerning the origin of life, first proposed by Alexander O'Perrin in 1924 and J.B.S. Haldane in 1929.
Classic heterotrophic.
Classic. That's my favorite ooze.
Yeah, we're all
sure.
Haldane stands.
Yeah, just coming to Fate of Isen live streams to just learn, who knows what you're gonna get.
I know.
Yeah.
You took. I got thrown such a curveball by that question. I had no idea what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm. Ever.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, but I guess that's my favorite goo.
Love it. Okay, so joining us with some googly eyes going on, it's Kasha playing the half-elf druid, Granny Sabinka.
Hello. This is Kasha here talking to you from a place of comfort. My favorite goo might be the same goo that Finn was talking about.
Were you honestly?
Let me take you on a journey. Okay, there was once a princess in the forest.
Genuinely, that was your pick too. Was primordial goo?
Maybe.
Sorry.
I'm gonna let you finish, but it is my story right now. So there was once a princess called Mononoke. In a forest in an animated world of Miyazaki's wonderful imagination, and they basically burned down the forest, and then there was this ooze that came all over the forest and regrew everything, and that's a pretty cool ooze, I think. And once we burn our planet down, I hope there's an ooze out there that will come all over all over our planet.
I look
and
forward
replenish
to
it
this ooze
with
coming
the
all
seeds
over me
it
to
carries.
replenish me. I really do. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. That's a really wholesome,
that's my favorite ooze.
replenishing story. I see no unwholesomeness about that one. So, yeah, absolutely. Speaking of wholesome, you don't get more wholesome
it's all about
than
nature.
Severin playing the human monk Dexter Clementine.
I didn't know if it was going to be me or JD being the wholesome one. Hello, everybody. Yes, je m'appelle Severin. My favorite goo, which I've thought about for a solid 10 minutes, would have to be the Nickelodeon slime. But specifically for that video, if you've seen it online, where during an awards show, Katy Perry gets hit squarely in the face by a cannon of Nickelodeon slime. That is engineered more violent than it ever should have been. And if you have not seen that video, what are you doing with your life? Just look it up. After the stream, do not leave us, because we love you. Back to you in the studio, Jules.
Thank you. We do love them very much, but I was tempted to leave just for a moment to see that video.
But let's just watch it as a group.
It sounds pretty damn funny. And speaking of pretty damn funny, I want to introduce you to Jules playing the human bard Bradley Bartley.
Bonjour, je suis Jules. I'm stealing Severin's bit, haha.
Sacre bleu.
I like Slurm from Futurama. The Slurm, where it's the drink and it's the sody pops that they have, and then, but it's not actually, it's excreted from a giant slurmy slug.
Spoilers.
If you haven't watched that episode of Futurama yet, go and watch it on Disney Plus. This is now an ad for Disney Plus.
Nice.
Not
Okay.
sponsored.
Non-sponsored. It'd be great
Give
if
us money,
Futurama.
Disney.
Futurama. It came out a while ago, and then it was cancelled, and then it came back, and then it was cancelled.
But you know
and
what?
Then it came back.
Comebacks are amazing. Fate of Isen, book 2. We're coming back all over everything. And
Coming on the
Speaking of
back.
comebacks, my second favorite goo.
Don't do it.
We almost
Make
got
a
there.
wholesome podcast, they said. Be
No.
good for Twitch, they told us.
There are children that might listen to
Don't.
this. They advised.
Don't.
It was
Don't.
so well.
all right. Moving on, because I get to talk about my favorite gooey substance now, and I have a gooey substance in my heart, and that is because just my heart goes to absolute goo when I see people in the stream supporting what we do, people just commenting on our social media, and people just coming and to a live show and just screaming and cheering about how much fun they had. So I am a big old gooey pile of mush in my insides from how much love I have for all of you because of how much love you showed us. So that's my favorite gooey substance today. And I'm Jules, Bergsa, DM Jules. My pronouns are she, her. Yep, there you go. Deal.
Yeah. Should we give her a hard time or let it happen?
We're letting it happen, yeah.
Thank you.
Reluctantly.
Okay, we're letting it happen. That's fine.
All right. Okay, so
next time.
speaking of today's adventure, so obviously last show was our crazy live show called Hamlet's Sticky Date, where we went on, well, we tried to go on a bit of a date on the ferry because Quintella Spaghetti had requested that's what she wanted, a moonlit ride around the lake on the Clockwork Ferry. Very romantic, apparently. Of course, there was a slight problem with the ferry being stuck, and our adventurers they may not be famous, but they are very good friends, and they really wanted Hamlet's date.
It was about family.
It was about family. They really all were quite invested in Hamlet's date going well. I mean, Granny Sabinka maybe not going well, but, you know, they were at least invested in what was happening. And maybe there might have been a bit of mockery from Bradley Bardley just wanting to see the train wreck. I mean, it's
I've
unclear.
never heard such slander in my life. I am only ever supportive.
Yeah, so that was where we started. We discovered some things. Who wants to throw up something that they found out at the live show?
Go bad.
Go.
But we got rid of some of it in the lake.
Yes. It was in barrels that I still don't know if they were open or not.
Pollution.
And they were underneath.
We fought them.
They were underneath the hospital, and that's when someone in the audience before us made the connection between the fact that in the first episode that we did, first or second episode that we did of this, when we went to the hospital, they took out that like black gooey stuff from us, from us to fix us.
So it's our fault.
Right, yes. Yeah. Our Fadies are very smart. This is why I don't let you read the chat during the game.
Spoilers.
The spoilers are terrible.
The Fadies are very quick.
Well, some of us don't have enough internet in the house to do it anyway.
So there was
Joke's on you,
sad.
Jules.
Yeah, there was definitely a connection there, because when you discovered those metal barrels buried in through the sewer grate in the bowels of underneath LH Lakeside Hospital, which Lyndon Hood keeps reminding me is his initials, so I guess, Lyndon, it's your fault. So LH was on the actual metal barrels that you found that were indeed slightly open, leaking this substance all over the ground, causing you to battle this crazy inanimate substance of sticky, blacky goo. And
That is true.
battle for your lives, which you did. Taking them down, not without having some struggles.
Right, we arguably
Yeah.
won.
Yes.
You could argue that.
we
You're
won.
right.
Arguably,
Yeah.
we won.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then there was a convenient exit that presented itself, which led to you getting back onto the lake, into your rowboat, and sailing back. So, where we find our adventurers is, Quintella Spaghetti is there. And she's waiting for her date. Now, we're not going to play out the entire date today. Well,
No.
Why not?
Subscribe to our
We're
Patreon.
going to skip the day.
Let's do it.
because,
Commit.
oh my god, I just, I'm like just so excited for the date. Oh my god, Hamlet, like you did the ferry. I think the audience needs me to not do that voice for an hour. So what we're gonna do?
It scares the pets.
What about what I need, Jules? What about what
Ask
I
the
need?
chat right
what
now.
we are going to do is we
Let's get
are
a poll in
going
the
to
chat.
skills challenge the date. We're going to skills challenge the date to see how it goes, because we're not gonna role play out this whole thing, but we are going to address it. We're going to give you a date. Let's go for it. Let's see how it goes. Your party is there, still with you, still trying to
Wingman.
help this date go well. You
And
know,
Granny.
so. Yeah, absolutely. So welcome to a skills challenge where you indeed use the skills list on your sheet to your best advantage. Your DC for all challenges for this will be DC 14. So in order for a DC to be passed and do well, you need to roll a 14 or above. You will be rolling in an order. So let's roll a quick initiative to see who's going first on this, and then Hamlet, you can set us up as to where we find ourselves initially, what the situation is, and maybe what the conversation starter you're going with is, or whatever it is. So, yeah. Flick me your initiative, Hamlet.
I got a 7.
Cool.
And I'm going to start off by talking about me.
Okay. Solid choice.
I'm just going to talk about... I've specifically handpicked the best things about me to talk about. Not all of them are true, I might add. Some of them are stretching the truth a little bit.
Sounds like a deception roll.
I'll start talking about my physical attributes and then work into my family wealth.
For you.
Okay.
And then from that, lead into my incredible personality and then wind my way back into talking about Brock Flowers because I know she likes Brock Flowers.
Okay. All right. So why don't we start off with that, and that'll give everybody else something to build from and go. Yeah. So Bardley, what was your initiative?
And mine was also 7.
Okay. Granny, what was yours?
15.
And Dexter, what was yours?
You're not gonna believe this. It was also 7.
What?
Okay.
3
Squad.
sevens? That means something.
777.
Numerology, what does that mean? Angels'
Wow,
numbers.
7s are good.
We win at a
could
slot
probably
machine.
Tell you.
Money befalls us. $7.
Well, as
Let's just
someone...
ask. She's right here.
7 is such just like an odd number, you know? It's just like kind of a catalyst for like weird things to happen. And so when 7s come in multiples, unless it's a multiple of 7, in which case a multiple of sevens cancels the weirdness out. But any other than that, it's just kind
So
of strange.
is 777 a multiple of 7? That's what we need to find out.
Yeah.
It absolutely is a multiple. It's 777. Sure.
I don't know.
How would that not be a
I don't
multiple of
do
7?
math. Okay. I'm
111 times 7.
Granny, you see Hamlet beginning to talk about himself, have these conversations. What do you do to assist this or not assist this? You know, it's your call, by the way, as to what you're doing here. Yeah.
I would like to remind everyone that I am still a giant crab, so I'm just going to pinch them both and just make it unpleasant.
Angry crab noises.
And be like... So yes.
So, are you going for like a intimidation-y type role, or like a persuading Spaghetti to go role, or what are we going for?
I am. So my goal is to annoy them both into having a bad time. I believe that would be intimidation in some way.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. So 14's a success if success means making them
well,
annoyed.
You're not gonna believe this. It's a 7.
That was the weirdness we were talking about, everybody.
7 worth of annoyance, please.
Okay, well, I think what happens is you pinch them, and you've forgotten kind of the size of the crab that you are. You're kind of a small crab. You're kind of cute. And Quintella just like leans down and tries to pick you up, and is just like, "Oh my god! And you have a pet! Oh, this is like the best day."
Oh my god.
Yes, you know what can I say? Animals just are drawn to me. I don't know what it is about my energy. I think it might be back when I was a child. You see, I did the Scouts. You know the Scouts? Have you done the Scouts?
And at that, Dexter, you're up next. So what are you doing in this situation to assist or hinder? Apparently, what's going on?
Can I lie and say that Hamlet founded his own scout chapter in his hometown?
Okay. Yeah, you want to like add to that, sort of lean in and you know.
Way too emphatically, just like Hamlet, man, what doesn't he know about the scouts? I mean, he was like the best one when he was a kid.
We're going for deception, eh?
Oh, unless this is true, Finn. This is deception.
Yeah, we'll call it deception because even if it is true, I don't think it's something that Dexter would know. So
I think that's cocked. Absolutely. Oh, that is a 14 on the dot.
Nice. Woo! Okay. Yes.
7 times 2.
she absolutely like listens, believes this, and is just sort of finds it adorable. She starts talking about how like the scouts bring her interesting stones sometimes, and usually it's like crap, but you know, sometimes it's actually usable, you know. She finds them cute, so she indulges them. Yeah. All right, Bodley.
Yes, I would fetch stones quite often, and then my sister would throw them at me. It was a fun little game that we played back at the farm.
Okay, I go over to the corner and I grab what appears to be like a bucket, and I come over and I turn it upside down. And I start performing a musical background song. There's like Kiss the Girl, but it's like fall in love on the boat. It's the love boat. Fall in love on the boat. It's the love boat. Like it's kind of like a little chant. I'll roll for that. A performance?
Yes, I'll accept performance for this. Yes.
So it's a 13.
Oh!
She's sort of going, sorry, what? I just can't hear what you're saying. There's some weird person over there just like drumming really loudly.
Fall in love. On the boat,
yes.
On the love boat. The love boat. Fall in love.
I don't actually think I know them, but which is odd because I know many people. You see, back in my hometown, I was actually one of the most popular people that everybody just loved to come up and speak to. I don't know if you seem like the kind of person who would have come up and spoken to me as well.
Yeah. Roll a deception check to see if you can help yourself here, because we've got 2 fails and 1 pass so far. So.
I also want it known that despite Hamlet's proclivity for lying, his deception is -2.
Just got an honest face.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if anyone else saw that. That's a 3.
Okay, she's like, you know, you don't have to be like somebody else to like impress me. I'm impressed by like realness, you know?
Oh God,
She's like, let's just, you know, like get real with like the world.
Yes, let's get real. And it all starts getting a bit much for me, and I do start tearing up. And I go, I don't know what it is. It just feels like I can't tell anyone anything that's real. It just, you know, my family and my sister. And then Hamlet gets real self-conscious for the fact that he's crying, and suddenly has a moment of realization what he's doing, and then he runs and jumps off the side of the boat.
Man.
So let's come back to that. Granny, you see, you know, you're trying desperately to like pinch and like annoy them, and it's not working, and you just keep being patted, and then you just hear crying, and then hear footsteps, and see Hamlet launch themselves off the side of the boat. What do you do here?
I jump in after him to give him a crab hug. Like, oh no, inside I say, oh no, my boy Hamlet, I can't stand to see your tears, my dear little boy. But what I hear is, because crabs don't make noises.
What are you trying to do here? Because obviously this is a skills challenge as such. So, like, how are you trying to, like, help or hinder? Because I know you're, like, not a fan. So, like, what are you...
I'll say I haven't jumped off the boat yet. I'll say I've run to the side.
Yeah, like you're about to, clearly.
Give him a reassuring hug, which will be...
a crab hug.
I guess.
Embrace the crustacean.
I don't know, charisma or something. Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, we can call it persuasion.
Yep. Ooh. 9.
Okay. So, Granny runs over there to try and persuade you to, like, you know, be okay and that everything is fine. But instead, Hamlet, you're like, what am I doing? I'm about to throw myself off a boat in the middle of a date. This is not a good idea. You step backwards slightly, step on Granny the crab, and then you're now, like, actually tumbling over the side, whether you want to or not. Like, it's happening, and it looks very ungraceful, and, you know, legs are going everywhere. You're not quite in the water yet, but it's not looking good. Dexter, what's up?
Can I, seeing this is gonna happen, launch myself off the boat and then try to double kick Hamlet back up as I go past him?
Okay. Yep. Use monk reflexes of some kind, you know? Are we going for like an acrobatics, athletics-y kind of thing
I am
here?
trying to do this as acrobatically as possible, just to like
Yes,
flip myself
I'm
back.
following. Yep, 100%.
Do you believe in the dice? That's a 13.
Total?
Yes, but are we using boat DC?
Is it a baker's 13?
Is it a
Pretty
baker's
sure that's a
DC?
15 on the ocean.
Exactly. Once you get into international waters, that becomes a nat 20.
I tell you what, I'll give you advantage because I thought it was cool.
Okay.
Rule of cool, I'll give you advantage to dive off a boat and flip.
That bumps up to a 15.
Nice. Okay. So you manage to catch Hamlet as he's like flailing in the air and just boot him in the back. I think with the 15, it's not pleasant. You know, Hamlet, you feel like you're going to actually be pretty bruised from that, but you do go flying forward. So now you're flying forward sort of towards like a panicked looking Spaghetti who is now standing like going, Hamlet! Like, you know, and you're just like now about to like face plant back into Bardley, what do you do?
I guess I'll cast Featherfall on him.
Okay.
Actually,
So roll me like a Arcana.
can I also cast it on Dexter?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Roll an Arcana to see how quickly you manage to do this before, like,
13.
you know, it all
14.
happens.
14.
14? Okay, just. So there's this moment as both of you are falling, like everything's going very badly, and then like both of you kind of slow down, and you're still falling, but now it's in slow motion. You're kind of looking around, like, you know. So you're just getting slowly closer towards her, and she's like, "Oh." She sort of starts like,
She's like,
slowly going closer
This is
to
what
you.
falling in love is like. Time slows down. Are we gonna kiss? On the love boat. The love boat. Anything can happen. Time slows down.
So Hamlet, it is your go. It's our last round of the skills challenge. What are you doing? How are you wrapping this craziness up?
I guess I rolled a kiss.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna face plant into her.
Can I?
Is it like
romantically?
Yeah, like, no, but I mean, is it like a nature you've seen this in animals before, so you think you know how this goes? Or like, is this like a
medicine?
I think what I'm trying to do is like I'm gonna like go past her, like miss the initial kiss, like grab her around the waist and then like swing her down beneath me once I like get footing.
Yeah.
And so it's like a false like a trick you and then like bring you into a big romantic like sweep.
Yes, I'm following. Okay,
cool.
Are we thinking athletics to kind of like have like the way to be able to hold and do all the right things, like feet in the right places and...
Yeah, that feels
Yeah,
right.
okay, cool.
Well, that was a 23.
Wow.
Apparently she is quite literally swept off her feet as Hamlet sort of slowly falling towards her and is like, oh, okay, and then just sort of steps slowly down onto the deck, plates foot, and then goes right cup feeding. Just swoops her into a smooch and gives her a big old, and that's like scene fade as we see a grumpy looking crab in the corner being like, about this. Barnley's still drumming, going, fell in love on the love boat.
Falling in love.
And then you hear a slow splash. I don't know what a slow splash would sound like. Extra slowly sinks into the water, feather fallingly. Yeah.
I hated that sound.
Welcome, Brad.
Welcome back to ASMR.
Yeah.
Severance
And so the
splashing.
scene fades as we leave Hamlet and Quintella to their privacy on the rest of the date. We'll have to find out how that goes another way. So we wake in the morning in the tavern. Lakeside Lodgings, back there again.
We have had a long
and
rest.
Yeah.
You have had a long rest.
I'm like, wow, Hamlet, do you want to tell us all about the second half of your date last night?
I'm gonna take a moment to tell you that in excruciating detail because you guys are my friends and I
my
love you
God.
so much.
And
And
then
then,
you-
I skip to the end of telling them about my date.
Right, cool. So that happens, and breakfast happens, and food comes and goes, and Clinting the shit house goes.
As you'd expect.
All of that.
Exactly.
Important.
All of that.
important.
The
all of that
fundamentals.
happens, and we find our adventurers sitting there planning what comes next for their day ahead of them. They've got a full day, a full docket, perhaps, or maybe they consider they have nothing on their docket. DM Jules doesn't know, so let's play that out.
Yeah. What?
Why don't we just like hang out? Let's like go to the beach or something. Beach
Should
episode.
we go to
Is
the
a nurse B
hospital?
still missing?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's a nurse missing. I feel like we can't
And we
take
saw
time off.
LH on the barrels, so it feels like we should maybe try and investigate a little bit more.
I have a feeling, I have a theory that I want to share with you guys, and I think Hamlet has it too. So it's not necessarily a.
It's not a metagame.
A theory on. It's a film theory, but film in the sense that it's like a sheen that's coating.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Watch Mojo.
Okay.
Like a surface.
Top 10 things you missed.
Yeah, like a film of an ooze. So I have a theory that the hospital is dabbling in some black magic or dark evil magic, and they are using it to efficiently cure people in the hospital. And in doing so, they're creating like a negative balance, like equal opposite reaction, like Full Metal Alchemist type magic.
It could be connected with the screwed up Earth as well.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say is I think they're dumping it into the lake, and that is getting into the ground and the mud and stuff, and it's affecting the crops
Yes.
around the area.
And we're doing all of this in one of our bedrooms when there's like a whole wall with like little pieces of thread connecting like
Yeah, like the red string.
the pieces
Yeah.
of paper that Dexter has in his pockets, and yeah, it makes sense to me.
Oh, do you want
Says
to?
Granny.
I've taped the sheets over the windows to make
Yeah.
it dark, just for
Yeah,
So-
wait, do you want a
Light
bit of
up
paper from
candle.
my thing?
So the question becomes how to stop it. How,
well,
or do we just have to
We
go
know that
to
it's
the?
flammable.
So we're setting the hospital on fire. Why is
all right.
why is
I
the
didn't say
first
those
move
words.
always to set something on fire? I know
Okay,
it was
it
me last
isn't,
time.
and we're not gonna do that. But what we should do is go to the hospital because A, we can ask about the nurse. B, we can ask about the conspiratorial things that are happening because it looks weird. and
Your plan
fishy.
is to rock up and be like, "You guys are being sus.
I feel like they won't tell us, man.
When has that
Let's
ever
tell
not
you
gone
all
well,
about what we
Jules?
know." We need to sneak in. We need to dress as nurses. We know that nurse is
No, no,
missing.
no,
We
no,
could
no.
sneak into her house and grab nursing outfits.
The
Scrubs,
last
and then
time
could
we
go
tried to sneak in
undercover
somewhere.
as Scrubs, undercover Ocean's 18.
Went really bad. Went really bad. We did really bad sneaking last time. It was not good.
Well, let's do good sneaking this
I do-
time because last time we didn't have outfits and costumes, except for the one
it?
person who was dressed as a dog wolf.
There's a boy in your room who's like,
Why is he there?
What are you doing here, man?
Why Ocean's 18? I don't get it. There's only 4 of you.
Ocean's 7, first of all.
We didn't want.
No.
We really should have paid for
Boy,
a private
I just
room.
got out of the
knows?
ocean.
Ocean's 18 is my favorite play here in Fate of Isen.
You kept getting me to get you weird stuff like red string and pins. I mean, that's why I'm here.
We do keep calling on boys. This is true.
Okay, here's some sourdough boy. Move along. Move. Go to your mum.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, wait, boy. Do you, by any chance, know where Nurse B lives?
Oh yes, that would be
Nurse
useful.
B,
Yeah.
they... But if they have a name like Nurse B, then that means that they live at the hospital. Duh.
Okay.
Because, like, you really think they were born with the name Nurse B? And he leaves.
Maybe a child is not the best person
That
to
kid
ask.
sucks.
The quality of kids is going
I
down.
don't like that
I
kid.
don't know. I had
Fight
a
him.
lot of grandchildren. I would have run out of names if they were all up to me. Anyway, that sounds good.
No, okay, so this is good. We could do two stones with one
We go to
singular
the hospital.
bird. We could
steal
go
an
to.
outfit. Look fancy, fresh.
Well,
Or
we should snoop in her room
Ah.
because there might be clues in her room, and then maybe we could steal an outfit.
Badly
mean,
too.
looks
badly.
down at his ragged clothes and sighs wistfully.
I mean, we can go shopping if you really want.
No, it's fine.
Dudley's just been trying to buy clothes.
I have 9
they feel
gold,
better
and
if
that might
they're
buy some
stolen.
clothes.
It's softer.
No, I'm saying we could do both. We could go to the
Oh.
Nurse B's room, snoop around her room. There might be
And
clues,
then
and then we take
Okay.
while we're
well,
there.
let's go. Why are we
take
even
the clothes
still
and then
here?
snoop
Let's
the
already
hospital.
be there.
yeah, let's go there. Let's be there. I actually have all our gold. So I
Ba-da-da-da.
just wanted to say we have 41.
Oh yeah, because you have all of our gold.
Yes,
This is just
you
the
have
9
mine.
gold
I have
Dexter's kit.
Trust
41.
us with money.
Okay, so worst case scenario, we have money to pay off the guards, which there shouldn't be because it's a hospital, right?
Pay them off. What about seducing them with this?
Okay, let's
Sexy
go
little
there and see how
lullaby.
they're inclined.
Yeah. Hamlet, do you feel like kissing a guard?
See, I'm.
Look at Hamlet for seduction.
I mean, obviously, I would be the obvious choice, but I'm actually in a committed relationship now.
Oh, fuck.
So,
As a bard, I am.
I mean, we haven't actually put a label on it or anything like that, but I just assumed, I kind of want to save myself.
There's definitely that noise coming from on the other side of the door.
It's the boy again. He's back.
Yeah, he's just not there.
Listen,
my
boy.
God,
Get out,
Boy, you've got to leave us alone, man.
man.
Or he might
Boy.
just,
Man,
you know-
boy.
Man, boy.
What
get
if
out.
we give him
Get out
money,
here,
he
you dumb,
distracts
stupid
the
animal. Go.
Okay, let's go to this hospital because we're doing it again, boys.
It's
We are
back to
we
hospital
asked to be there.
hijinks.
We're there. We're outside the
Yeah,
hospital.
okay.
I wanna roll to sneak in.
I would also enjoy some sneak into hospital, please.
Yeah, can I roll to sneak, please, with stealth, maybe?
Okay.
Stealth?
Let's remind you what the hospital grounds look like, shall we? So,
Okay.
we get near the hospital grounds. There's a few pathways leading to its very elaborate and beautiful gardens, but the few pathways that lead to it are like small and few. So there's only a couple of entrances to Lakeside Hospital. They do this on purpose. They want to keep it like a peaceful, secluded, easy retreat somewhere for people to heal, right? Like, it's a beautiful spot. So there's this big white double-story building as you enter the gardens through these ivy arches with blue shutters on the windows and the wraparound porch with ivy winding all around the pillars. And when I say that, you're probably just thinking like, simple manor house, but it's like that, but it's huge. This thing is massive, this hospital. And yeah, like I say, this paths leading through beds of beautiful flowers, herbs and spices, various native flora, and then you can see the lake, and there's like a piered area, like dock kind of leading down towards the water, which has got like sun lounges and things lying around on it so people can lounge next to the lake and recover. And there's nurses walking around with various patients, some patients working around with families and things like that. And then there is a few groups that clearly aren't wearing like patient robes, you know. So there's a few groups walking around that don't seem to be there for chicken.
Sometimes
you know,
the
but
best
very few.
subterfuge is to just act really confident and like we know what we're doing.
What if I say that I am Nurse B's cousin and I'm here to
Do we
drop
have
something
to talk
off?
to anyone?
Or
can we just... Where are we going in the hospital?
Should we just
I think we
stride
should
in?
try to go and see if there's like a basement or something, because basements are where bad things usually happen. But also if they're
There was
dumping stuff, it'll be like...
there was another path in the sewers. There was a right path that we didn't take. Maybe that leads to the hospital.
I was
Well,
going
I
to
think
suggest
they're
going up
looking
the
at
sewers.
them.
It's probably
So-
like a sewer. Oh, should we go back and go through the sewers? We leave the hospital.
Up to you.
All right, boys. I think what we can do is look around and see if there is, if we can see what looks like the nurses' lodgings.
While we're outside,
Can we do
can
that?
I do an arcana check to see if there's any like magic coming from a specific spot?
Okay. So roll me a perception check, Granny, and roll me an arcana check, Bartley.
So perceptive. It's a 6.
Okay.
My eyes have been better, boys. I'm so sorry.
You're looking around, it's like bright and there's bright flowers everywhere and, you know, you're just not really sure where to look. Like this is just this one big building, you know? You're like,
I mean,
Get
they're big, but
giant
they're
googly
Can I do the
eyes.
same check as Granny as well? Can I try and figure out where the nurse quarters are as well?
Yeah, I try not to allow the same roll, so you could try an investigation roll instead of a perception roll and then see how that goes.
Okay, I can not do it. if
No,
you don't.
that's fine. How did your arcana roll go, Badley?
I got a 15.
Okay. So I think while the group is sort of looking around, trying to get their bearings and figure out where to start, Badley, you cast out that energy to see what you can feel coming back to you. There's definitely magic here, but it feels fairly restful. You feel like pieces of sort of earth magic coming off some of the flowers and plants and stuff around, but you're not entirely sure what they do, but they're definitely like magically laced here, so they're being grown for purpose potentially or something like that. The building definitely registers as a sort of a mix of a few different magic types, so it's quite muddy, you know, like gives off like a brown aura because it's like all these different like types in there. And then you see that there is a big board near the door of the hospital, which seems to be lighting up as like a illusion type magic. And what does Hamlet find?
I also got a 15.
Okay. So yeah, you like looking around again, you're drawn back to the fact that there doesn't seem to be a weird path leading off to another building anywhere. Everything seems to lead to this big building, maybe behind it, but you haven't seen, there's nothing in front of it, nothing off to the side of it. Most things seem to be here. And you kind of are drawn to like where the main entrance is, and you see this big like board near the door.
Is the boy with us?
I guess we check the...
Can we do a perception check to see the boy?
Boy, where do we go?
We could have just
He pops
asked
up.
the boy.
I guess we check the board.
Just occurred to me.
The boy's like a menu in a video game. Bring up the boy.
Like Sherlock Holmes, like network
Boy.
of homeless people, but it's just our network
Yeah,
of
can we
urchins.
check the
Yeah,
board?
yeah. So you check the board and you wander over to it, and it sort of swims into vision. So it's like a big blank board, but then as you step up to it, it's sort of like ink almost sort of spreads across it, and you see like a base map come up with like a little key of like some key locations, like this is the port and this is the main entrance, and you know these things, and there's a big old red dot that says you are here, you know. Yeah.
Damn, you... we could have really just walked through the front door, eh?
I did suggest something.
So what are you looking for? That
The nurse quarters.
Yeah.
Dex would like to see where they are and then sneak towards them away from the party because they're being chaotic.
cool. This map seems to register like voice, so as you talk amongst yourself, like, what are we looking for? I guess we're looking for nurse quarters, and you say like nurse quarters, and it kind of like swims a different map, swims up, but you see it's got like big red like X's over it, like not available to the public, but you can kind of see that it's inside this building on a different floor.
Okay. I will attempt to sneak. I sneak pretty well. That is a 21.
So where are you sneaking?
Roughly towards where the nurse quarters were.
Okay, so you're going into the front door of LH, into the reception lobby, and...
Well, yeah, but like around, like skirting around. Don't worry, guys, I can sneak in there.
Okay.
I can sneak, don't worry about it.
You're all going in? Sneaking? Or...
Okay.
Why not?
I'm following but keeping my
Okay,
distance.
roll me a stealth check, I guess. Let's see. No outfits, no plan.
We'll find an outfit.
Just
No, wait, hold on, wait.
quietly.
I want to try Jules' method of confidently striding
Yeah.
through towards where we're
That
heading.
also makes sense. Yep.
Yes, I
Me
would
too.
like to
So-
do that too.
Okay, so no sneaking, all striding?
But
No, Dexter's
striding
still
in a way
sneaking.
that's
So wait,
meant
would
to
that be stealth
blend in.
or performance or something?
I guess that would be more of a performance check because you're just, striding confidently in. Unless you are just striding confidently in, it's not really a check
Could
of
it be
any kind.
deception though?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
could be. What are you lying about? You want to be there?
I'm not in a hospital right now.
I do not want to be here right now.
No, I'm pretending I belong. Anyway, I'm pretending so
Yeah,
well.
so probably a performance if you're
Okay,
like pretending to be ill or like pretending to be there for a purpose or that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, I walk.
I got a 14 for
purpose.
performance.
I got a 23.
18.
Performance.
18. And Dexter, are you still sneaking?
Yep.
And what'd you get?
Oh, I got a 21 for stealth.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Hiding behind us.
More kind of scout ahead, I think.
Yeah. So what you do is exactly that. So Dexter sort of quietly sneaks in. What are you doing to do this? Because it's just an open door. There's some plants around, some people coming and going. How are you sneaking? What does this look like?
So, are there any kind of pillars or anything to kind of one could possibly hide behind? Yeah, he's just going to, similar to a cartoon, just shump up to one and then over to another. And then
Yeah, cute. So you're just kind of using those pillars to hide your presence and wandering.
he does like a
Presents.
roll at one point.
Okay, Santa Claus.
So that's how you're kind of wandering through. You see that same lobby that you sat in when you brought Hamlet in here for injury. You see that same reception desk. Nurses coming and going. You can see that corridor that you got taken down with the thin curtain doors for treatment and things. There's corridors heading off in different directions. So you can kind of see all of that. Also, you have seen the map, so you have a vague idea that you're heading towards the back of the hospital. There's a stairwell there. Somewhere around that location is probably how to get to the next floors, right? So you know all of that information. So, Hamlet, you walk in to Lakeside confidently, mostly, and a little sign pops up as you enter next to you, one that you haven't noticed before, one that doesn't happen with everybody. It definitely didn't go off with Dexter, but as you pop up, next to you comes up, "Welcome, Helmet Rockflower."
I did that.
Oh.
It was me.
I was just checking. We don't have any overdue payments that we haven't paid.
No.
Am I remembering that incorrectly, or did we
You don't.
pay?
Does the screen tell him?
And there's a little message that kind of floats across the screen that also says, I hope your recovery is going well. You know, it's like very cheery and very supportive.
Thank you, but that sign must be for someone else. My name is Hamlet, not Helmet. Whose name is Helmet?
Yep.
And I keep walking.
Awesome. Who's in next?
Me.
So, Granny enters, and the sign goes, and there's a little wee force field that comes down and just holds you in place. I have been waiting for this moment.
You're the 1000th customer.
I'm like, whoop, and pretending to be a startled old lady.
And floating on the sign next to you, it says, unpaid bill, 1 gold piece.
1 gold, were we that
We
cheap?
were poor early on.
Oh,
we had
no.
nothing,
Not
man.
just Granny.
Oh no.
Interest incurred, 2 gold pieces. Admin fee for trying to find location of, of occupier, 5 gold pieces. So you're like, it's like, and you're like, but the sign is just announcing it, and everybody is looking at you, and you're stuck in this like wee little tractor beam situation where the sign's just talking to you. You see someone standing up from behind the counter and being like, right, yes, this way, and you think they're talking to like you. You know, like to be like walk, but you're unable to walk right now. The tractor beam just starts moving. So roll me a strength check if you're trying to get out of this beam right now, or like if you're just kind of going with it and you're like,
if you're just
letting this
vibing.
happen,
I mean, I'm
can.
going to try. Oh my god.
Beam me up, hospital.
Sorry. Where are you? There you go. Okay, it's 14, so I'm just gonna give up really quickly.
14's not too
Unless I
bad.
can get away, then I would like to.
Yeah, so I think you can kind of, like, you're resisting the beam, so the beam's trying to move you, and you're like, no, I'm not going anywhere.
You come and take me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I gave them a false name, which is why I'm very confident I can talk my way out of this.
Yeah. What you're finding is you're feeling quite odd in this like wee tractor beam, and in terms of like your body responding to it. It's like your body is reacting to the magic here of some kind. So you're fighting against it and you're having to sort of get out of it. It does look like you can see now guards that you never have noticed before coming out of, like side rooms where they clearly sit to be unobtrusive or whatever, and they're coming out to see what the haps is, what's going on. So you finally fight off this tractor beam. It kind of moves and doesn't take you with it, and you're standing there in the doorway. Dexter, you're standing further down behind a pillar. Hamlet is being announced as Helmet by the cute little wee floating sign, asking about his recovery. And Granny is standing there in the doorway. Bardley, you are behind Granny. I imagine we're about to walk in, so you haven't quite entered the space yet. What are you guys gonna do? There's guards
I'd like
approaching.
to give them subtle signs to keep going, and I'll use this distraction. Just gonna be like to Dexter, like,
Because Dexter was gonna run to your aid, but if you're being like, no, go, he's be like, gives you like the thumbs up and then moves like to the next pillar around.
Why does Granny always get captured? Okay, I'm gonna pretend like I'm an entertainer coming. You know how they get clowns sometimes to come and cheer people up, like
You're
that.
Patch Adams.
make a wish.
Yeah. Make a wish. You get a song from a bard, your own personal serenade. They didn't
Okay,
have
so
as
you
much
just
of a
kind of
budget
like
back then.
cause a distraction for, the other people to get away, or
I guess I.
or are you genuinely just wanting to entertain these people?
No, I meant more like it would seem like I was there for a reason, so people might just let me.
Oh, I got you.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, but I could also distract.
You're not like doing
Well-
crowd work.
I want to see what happens where they might take Granny somewhere helpful, and she's got all of our money, so I'm sure she'll be able
That's
to
true.
pay it off. Like, I'm not too
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah. Okay. So
And
you're
Hamlet,
in the space.
maybe I can distract from Hamlet being noticed as much if I'm like playing and being like, haha, I'm an entertainer.
I mean, you mean Helmet.
Yeah, Helmet.
No, I believe he means
Helmet. Helmet Butler.
Hamlet, which is my name, Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Hamlet. Thank you.
Yeah, there's actually a nurse that's now approaching her. Not quite a nurse, it's like a trainee nurse who's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Did we get the forms wrong? And she's starting to talk to you about like admin policy and like, oh, we'll just see some ID and then we'll correct this mistake straight away. I mean, you can't have yourself not being referred to as your right name, LH, like just trying to be helpful, So that's happening. JD, like roll me some kind of a performance check or
Is it the
something
one
for
that I used to come in on, or is this a different?
Oh yeah, no, you totally did.
'Cause
Apologies.
that's right.
Yeah. So you're
So it's
like
23.
lights out. Yeah, definitely lights out. Very, people are, mummy, look at that. There's like a lot of noise going on there.
It's just a recover of the Love Boat song, but it's more appropriate for children. It's like the Love Tugboat.
I don't know if tug helps.
Because
Less appropriate.
Tugging
if I'm honest.
kids love tugboats.
great-
They love tugboats.
great.
Because
They do
pull,
love-
Great
'cause they
sideways
pull
move
other
is what I
boats.
was about to say. Yeah.
No, because they pull other boats, and then it's like two boats. They also love, pickup trucks for the same reason. And
JD.
It's a good tug and pull.
Hell yeah, they pull boats.
this is terrible. Foul.
And so where we find ourselves is Granny once more seemingly being approached by a thuggish looking dark uniform wearing
But not as a
people,
wolf.
coming towards her is
people
like,
this
what
now.
seems to be
She
the
is a people
problem
now.
here,
Well.
and then well.
All right. What do we have here then?
Planned this
Good
all
old Sybil
along.
Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and Granny, as you are led away, they go, blood always gets you in the end. And
That's
the end of the episode.
I guess come back in 2 weeks' time for the next live stream to see if Granny can
Dare
get
you.
out of this.
Dare you to do it.
Double
You
dog
wouldn't.
dare you to come back.
wouldn't. The
And
old you
Dexter-
would've, but you wouldn't.
Dexter dives deeper into the depths of despair that is the details of LH. I don't
Next
know.
episode, Dexter's deadly
yeah.
depression. Oh no!
Leaving Hamlet stranded in the world of boring administration.
Sorry, you mean helmet?
Oh yeah, Hamlet.
Helmet's red tape nightmare.
Die.
While Bardley
Wow.
has a
Hate
wonderful
crime,
time
it is,
finally
huh?
finding the captive audience that Bardley has been craving this entire
Yeah,
time.
you're just angry because I'm popular and you're a helmet.
Yeah, you finally found your crowd and it's sick
Hey,
kids.
are you ragging on sick? Wow.
Wow.
Dude.
Cancelled.
Cancelled.
I'm not ragging on sick kids.
Cancelled. Boy.
All
boy,
I'm saying is
come
the
here,
only
boy.
people who want to listen to you are people who aren't going to live for much
And
longer.
I treasure those moments with them. You hateful, spite-filled.
This wasn't quite where I planned to end the episode, but sometimes as a DM, you've got to work with what you got. We are
been
in
derailed.
LH. We are in LH. Who knows what we will find
Who's to
as
say?
they explore LH further, if they can indeed make it through the door. The most difficult challenge of any adventuring party. Just getting in. So,
Breaking that glass ceiling.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today. We do hope to see you again. We have enjoyed being here with you once more, carrying over that crazy live show energy into this. So, before we go, we'd like to give a massive big shout out to the people who keep the lights on, for our Fadies who keep us running here and make the Fate of Isen Discord a delightful home on the internet. So a big shout out to Alex White Robinson, Irene Cucci, Lauren Kristen Goodwin, James Spitzer, Sam Malcolm, Kai Drum False, Kai Dearlove, Brianna Kowalczyk, Ben Edwards, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nickers, Violet, Squish the Guy Who Doesn't Talk on an Audio Only Podcast, Alexandra Litkites, Andrew Evans, Danny Holman, Chaos the Fox, Dakota Shemansky, Fun Facts with Waffles, Aotearoa, New Zealand, Jared from Indie Film Review Podcast, Ezekiel Tabarelli, The Gamatron, Christian H, Samsara Gamers, ADHD, Disturb 1 NZ, Lynn Hood, Tom Ailey, Erica Jane, Stephen Horn and Penny from the Terrible Adventures of the Janice and Breakfast Parchment Company Podcast, Aaron Gilgren and Robin McLean. You are amazing. And on Redbubble, Fate of Isen has its own store, which you can get your very own Isen merch. So if you've been dying for that fridge magnet on your fridge, or there's shiny spiral bound notebooks, or little dice bags and all sorts of fun stuff, you can hit Redbubble, get your hands on some really cool Isen merch with your favorite character on it, or just the Fate of Isen logo if you don't want to play favorites, you know?
Yeah.
Up to you. So,
But you can play favorites.
Yeah, exactly. you know, like Dexter, your favorite character that you definitely have,
Yeah.
which is Dexter, which is
Or
no other character
Granny.
except for Dexter.
yeah. Cool. So with that, I think that's it here today. Well, I'm only sad because there is no character for DM Jules because there's no art for me.
You're enough of a character.
There is art of me over there. Amy does art. Amy Ward art did an amazing picture of me looking like a crazy awesome DM, but you can't buy that on Redbubble because that's unique to me.
So get rid.
So I guess I'll just have to get Amy to draw me again. What a shame.
Terrible state of affairs.
Terrible state of affairs. Anyway, let's get out of here, players. I love you all so much. I wanted to keep hanging out with you, but e nohora ka kite ano, aroha nui. Goodbye. See you again soon, and loads of love. Mwah.
Stay cool, everybody. Call your parents.
See ya later. Great.
And now freeze.
Good job. Now,
And that's the end of the stream.
that's the episode
And-
of the ending it.
And power down. Power down.
Power down, and then flex.
Wow, Dungeons and Dragons and dates. Man, that Hamlet sure does love to talk about himself. It's fine with me, actually, because the more he talks, the less we have to hear from Quintella Spaghetti. Am I right? And will Granny ever go somewhere without getting captured? Medical debts, man. Medical debts. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Don't forget to pick up some sweet discounts on gorgeous dice and gaming accessories by heading over to our partner fanrolldice.com and entering the promo code Fate of Isen at the checkout. You'll get 10% off your entire order, which is definitely a nat 20 if you ask me. That's fanrolldice.com, promo code Fate of Isen. Alrighty, thanks for listening everyone. We will see you next time for Book 2, Episode 15.